Hey there, Titans! Welcome back to another Titan Academy video. In today's video, we will explore the Google Maps integration features in Titan Web. Titan, at the moment, has two different Google Maps widgets. The first one is an interactive map, and the second is an address finder, which allows you to validate any address that exists in the world. So I'm over here in a blank project, and the first thing we need to do in order to use Google Maps integration features is we need to head over to our project settings, go to Site Elements, and under API keys, we need to enable Google Map. So I'm going to hit Enable, and I'm going to place in my Google Maps API key. And under Region, I'm going to select United States. Now, this is region information for the Google API. This does not limit your map or your address finder. And under Language, I'm going to input English. So once I hit Apply, we are ready to use the Google Maps widgets. Firstly, I'm going to head over to Widgets, and I'm going to find the Google Map and place it on my page. This is a fully interactive map that integrates directly with Google, and we can do some pretty cool things with it. So over here, we have the element settings open, and you can see what we have here under Content is firstly a marker. Now, a marker is one main marker that will be displayed on your map. When you open your map will be centered around this marker, and you can define it over here. So under text, I'm just going to leave a marker over here, and we can input some longitude and latitude information. I've got some values here for a location in Manhattan. There we go. And under zoom, we can select the default zoom, so you can have it very zoomed out, or you can have it super zoomed in. I'm going to leave it on the default of 8. And finally, we can select here an action to perform on marker click. I'm going to leave this blank for now, and I'm going to move over to pins. So we can have only one marker for each map, but we can have many different pins. So under pins, I'm going to just add a few more pins here. So you can see each one can have text, value, latitude, longitude, specific color, and finally, you can define for each one of them an on-click action. So I'm just going to set up a few pins, and I'll be back in a second. So I configured 3 pins over here. So you can see they all have different latitude and longitude values. And for each one of them, I set up a message on click that shows the pin number. So let's go ahead and quickly preview this project. And you can see what we have is our one general marker. And we have here 3 additional pins. And every time we click it, we get a different pin value. So this can obviously be very useful for setting up things like properties in a map, and you can click on it and show some property information. This is just a very preliminary explanation of how you can use the Google Map feature. It's a very, very powerful integration to have on your website. So I'm going to head back over to our project, and we're going to delete this map here. And what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to set up an address form, and I'm going to show you how you can use the address finder to locate any address and input it into your form. So I'll be back in just a second. So what I have here is a very simple address form, address, city, state, zip code, and country. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to Widgets. I'm going to find the address finder. There it is, the address finder. And I'm going to place it up here. Now, under settings, what we have to do is we have to configure a few things. So firstly, what we can do is we can have a static value for a region, and we can go ahead and limit this to a specific country, or we can sync the region dynamically using a pick list or a variable. I'm going to leave this on static, and actually I'm not going to limit this to any specific region. I'm just going to allow people to input any address there is, since I have a country selector down here. And under configure, what we have to do is we have to return the address information back to our fields. So I'm going to hit configure here. And under address, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select street address from our list here. State is going to be state, city is going to be city, zip code is going to be postal code, and country is going to be country. And that's pretty much it. If we now save and preview this project, we'll see whenever I search for a street address, if we select it, all that information is returned back into our form. Split up by city, state, we even get the zip code, and everything here is full. So this can be very useful for any address form that you have. And that's how it's done.